So I read a lot of articles. I read a lot of articles every day. And one of the things I can do is sometimes create some eye strain and just the difficulty in pouring through all the articles and scrolling back and forth. There's actually an easier way, and this is the thing I've been using for a long time. There's been a few different companies that have created software like this, and this one has been one I've liked for a while called Sprint Reader Speed Reading Extension. And it kind of helps you narrow down and focus. So right here's an article that says there's a subtle difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. And all I did is I usually start at the bottom and I highlighted the article. And then you right click on the highlighted text and the plugin's already installed. So we're going to say Sprint Read Selected Text. Now you can actually read these things out of the clipboard. You can read other files. It's pretty straightforward. The controls, really simple. Play, reset, step forward, and you control them from the keyboard. Now I always start it off at a slower rate. So it starts out at 300 words per minute, which is below most people's, what the average person probably reads. I think people read closer to about 600 words a minute or so. Kind of depends on how much reading you do. But watch how this makes you focus, because one, I don't have a bunch of distractions or ads and things around me. I'm now focused directly on the article, and it's going to pick a highlight. And this highlight is where you focus your eyes. So now I don't have to scroll and watch it play. So you can see you've become more focused on it and you're just reading. Now, of course, this is slow and you're okay, I'm aggravated. Well, this is where the keyboard controls, Z and X, speed it up, and you can speed it up until I get where I want it for depending on the technical details of the article. So right here is say at 1,000 words a minute. And you can see this is still pretty readable. I read like this a lot. And as you get used to it, because it's obviously new if you haven't done this before, it takes a little bit of time. But once you've done this for a little while, you get very focused on it. And this lets you read stories so much better. I've been trying to find a good one for the phone too, and I got to do some playing around with them because I like reading on the phone, but scrolling on the phone becomes a problem. So this concept works really well for that. But you can choose the background colors, you can choose the screen. You can pause it and you can look down at the bottom and see where you're at, and it's highlighting the word. It also has the option so you can step forward and backwards. So we can step backwards and forwards through some of the words. This is actually nice because I'll jump backwards a little bit when I'm reading something overly technical, and it'll have something in it. I'm like, okay, I need to understand these statistics better. For example, it doesn't do well with large number sets, but for doing just the reading of the article, it's such a great way to push words into my head, as I put it. You know, I can just go through and read it. If I want to reread the same article again to gain better understanding, I can just hit R and play it back over again and watch it. The plugin's free. It's really handy for reading articles. I think it helps me focus better on the article and the content of the article without all the distractions of all the graphics and flashing ads that are around it. So definitely a great tool. It's free. I'll put a link. It's available for Google Chrome. I think they have it available for Firefox as well. So free browser plugin, and helps you read and focus better and push more information in your head at a maybe even a faster rate. Try it with the time. Let me know how fast you get with this. But like I said, 1,000 is pretty comfortable for me on it. Reading a lot of articles, sometimes a little bit faster. Thanks. Oh, if you like the content here, like and subscribe.